freeze frame where you can see the expression on the guy's face. I mean, he is clearly out of control, clearly afraid, and that's where you have the out-of-control shootings. This is the kind of spirit that we see that's causing these types of incidents that trigger things like this Michael Brown shooting. It's the training, the lack of training and the kind of rules of engagement that they're promoting. We've got Alex Jones joining us on the line. Let's go to Alex and get his comments.
I want to go back to the reporters here in a moment, but again, I'm here monitoring the situation. You have your guests coming up, but we need to just look at the big picture here. Okay? We need to understand they shot someone else yesterday. We don't know what really happened with that. This is continuing to escalate. The Justice Department under Obama has a history of provocateuring things. Joe Biggs found a cache of the same Molotov cocktails that the police were showing the media 2 days before, and would not go get the cache of Molotov cocktails that were literally 50 yards from him, and looked guilty whenever Biggs was explaining what was going on. This fits in with them not going after people that throw bricks at them, not going after people that throw Molotov cocktails at them, but attacking the reporters savagely. This is an attack on the First Amendment. Now, that's not why I called in. From day one, there have been scores of black witnesses who were there who said, and again, the police are not bringing these people on the news. The police are not releasing the full reports. That's why we've had cops calling in saying, yeah, that they need to release that. That's why something's going on here. And we thought it might have been because they were lying. But I, in the last 2 days, have found a bunch of videos. I heard a police officer call in a few days ago from New York, and he said, you need to look these up. So I finally got around to it yesterday. I've checked the audio, and I've gone and found other witnesses, and it is the video, where the witnesses are talking about how he climbed up on the truck and basically, went crazy attacking the police vehicle, ran away, the cop got out, told him stop, he turned and charged back. This is the Brown shooting, the 18-year-old guy that got shot a few weeks ago that started all this for your new listener. And these are eyewitnesses standing around talking because it was in a populated housing project area and confirming what the police said. So again, why did they not then roll all these witnesses out? We know they've been interviewing them. Why have they basically had a response attacking the press day one? Because everybody keeps saying the feds are coming, the feds are coming. Folks, we had reporters there by, the Monday after. So we had reporters there 3 days into this, okay, before anybody else was there, except the Washington Post and a few others. They were arresting reporters day one. When the police see reporters, they look like a badger hound, a dachshund that's trained to kill rats. Have you ever seen a dachshund sees a rat, folks? It goes crazy. It goes into piranha mode. I mean, it's like they were trained to attack us. It's like a bear dog, that's trained to attack bears or a, blue cur, grappling dog or whatever that's trained to go after wild hogs. They are just ready to attack, absolutely hate the media, when the media, day one, didn't do anything. So this is a PSYOP. Undoubtedly, the evidence is really mounting now. And we know that MSNBC has been pushing the whole race war agenda. We're going to skip this network break. This is too important. Then no more skipping breaks today or tomorrow, folks. I really shouldn't do this with the network. Just financially support us, though, folks. Support the sponsors. It's just this information is so incredibly key. So the name of the video that I hope you'll play later today, it's 1 minute and 22 seconds long. It's titled New Evidence. We need to get an article out on this. We need to get this video posted at Infowars.com right now. We need to tweet this out right now. We can write an article around it and the other witnesses. New evidence in Michael Brown shooting. Witnesses confirm Brown rushed officer before being shot. This was posted yesterday, only has 374 views. New evidence in Michael Brown shooting. Witnesses confirm Brown rushed officer before being shot. Now, I know there's some other videos also shot by people saying the exact same thing. So, again, people want to manipulate reality for what they want to believe. If the cop killed him in cold blood because they're training him to be mad dogs, then he should get in trouble. he should go to prison. But if the guy attacked him twice, he had a right to shoot him. I would have done the same thing. So why aren't they telling the truth here? I want to get back to Joe Biggs, Marcos Morales, and others and get their take on what's unfolding. But new evidence in Michael Brown's shooting. Witness confirms Brown rushed officer before being shot. We have the other video of police threatened to kill reporters, the 6-minute report by Biggs that is very well done that shows the provocateuring. This is all going up on Infowars.com. It's all being tweeted out at Real Alex Jones on this live Wednesday edition. I'm going to turn it over to you guys now, but I don't want to get caught in the minutia and the emotion of the police officer threatening to kill you guys and threatening to kill Mikhail Talon behind the mini mart. I understand. We know that happened. It's important. The video's in HD up on Infowars.com. And you can hear it with all the cussing, and then it's congruent. You can understand it. It's very clear. I want to commend Biggs and all of you for having the stamina to not blow up in the face of this or to not just get exhausted and get a migraine headache. I do not want you guys, I'm saying this again or I'm going to pull you guys out of there. I do not want you guys, I know you weren't in the front lines this time, they're just running over to you threatening to kill you. But I just do not need you guys to get killed. And I'm telling you, if this continues, they're going to kill journalists. They're going to open up on a crowd. They've got a bunch of National Guard kids who look like they're 16 years old with Beretta 9mm on their side. This is escalating quickly. All sorts of anarchist, white meth head kids are now showing up from Chicago and places. This is about to get really bad. But I need you guys to pretty much operate. We've got Zoom cameras we can overnight to you. I just need you guys to start operating from a distance. I've seen Marcos Morales walking right up to the police line when they're arresting people. Very brave, but we just don't need that. And I mean, this is getting out of control. This is martial law. This is police trained to hate journalists, trained to kill journalists during martial law, just like in Baghdad. Reuters got targeted there in 2003 by the Abrams tanks blowing up the floors that Reuters was in. This is just absolutely out of control. And this is the barbarism of our society as we descend into this immoral garbage. They're preparing us for a civil war. There's no doubt this is a martial law beta test. So Joe Biggs, other reporters, I want you guys for the rest of the hour with David Knight to break all this down. But again, please don't forget to go to InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, get the high-quality supplements, the X2 Nation Iodine, the Super Male Vitality, the Super Female Vitality, the Silver Bullet, Colloidal Silver, highest quality. Get the magazine at cost. Give it to friends and family. Get the Molon Lobby T-shirts. Fund us in the info war. We are not NPR taxpayer funded. We are not MSNBC Baker Bailout funded. We are funded by your free will. So continue to buy the products. Continue to spread the word about the transmission. That's how we're able to do this. I get so... every day I skip commercials that cost myself, the network, thousands of dollars. Cost so much money to run this operation. I get so obsessed, I don't even try to make money. We need to do some mid-air refueling. We need to be resupplied. We need people to go in the next 3 days to commit to go to Infowars.com. PrisonPlanet.com, to become PrisonPlanet.tv members, to share your memberships, to pray for our reporters, it's a multi-pronged effort. We want stabilization, we want justice, we want freedom, we want the police to be safe, we want the public to be safe. It's so painful to see the police. I mean, Joe Biggs, you're a multiple tour combat vet of Afghanistan and Iraq. And I'm not bragging about you, but your exploits been written about in Rolling Stone and Esquire. You've jumped out of armored vehicles, stabbed Taliban in the neck that was shooting at you. You've run operations. You brought people to be tortured. You've been involved in bad stuff. You've been involved in checkpoints, all of it, heavy combat. And as Rolling Stone and others followed you for 3 years, 3 tours. I know you were telling me on the phone yesterday, or video Skype off air, this is the most angry and freaked out you've ever been. Is that because this is your country? And I've seen the videos of the Taliban they captured. I don't see that much hatred in their eyes for our troops, even though they absolutely hate you, than the police have towards our media. Why do the police have such a hatred of the American people? What has happened to them? I want you to comment on that, and for David Knight to take over. Again, you are listening to InfoWars Live, broadcasting worldwide. This is real media. This is real analysis. This is wearing the truth openly on our sleeve, openly promoting our bias of telling the truth and promoting liberty. I'm Alex Jones signing off for the day. I hand the baton over to the crew.
Go ahead, Joe. Respond to what Alex just asked you about what is it that makes the that drives this fear and this hatred that you saw in the eyes of this cop last night?
The guy had to have been on some kind of mind-altering drug or something. I mean, the guy was just belligerent, out of his mind. He had that look of like a rabid dog. Like, he was just looking. He didn't have any emotion other than hate. He just wanted to bite and attack, and that's all he cared about. And like a pit bull that's just rabid or whatever like that, it's crazy, the owner's got to come and grab him by his collar and rip him back, and that's what had to happen last night. Don't be, another thing as well, don't be fooled by this Captain Johnson. I know he comes off on these press conferences as, you know, this fun-loving guy who's very passionate about what he does, and he's a family man. But I'm going to let you know right now, he was walking in the middle of the streets with the police thugs pointing at journalists, telling them to arrest them, and then like 5 to 6 guys would grab them and toss them to a ground. There was a guy who was maybe 60 years old who was thrown to the ground, put a knee in his back, and they were just elbowing as they started tucking him up, zipping him.
Let me reiterate this. So you're saying that Ron Johnson, the guy that was put in place by the Governor Nixon, I think, put him in charge because they weren't happy with the way the county was handling things, they said. So this guy, Ron Johnson, is walking down the street pointing out journalists, and then they're going over and physically attacking journalists. You mentioned one of the guys who's fairly old.
Yes, I mean, he pointed at Marcos at one point and had to rip Marcos back. He said, "Get him, that guy."
Wow.
And they came, one of the guys started walking over, was like, no, stop, I got it. And I pulled Marcos back or whatever. But he was clearly sitting there just like a goon, walking with it's easy to be brave when you've got 10, 15 guys just walking beside you with guns pointed at people, and he's just walking behind them, nonchalant, just smiling and looking and pointing at people like, oh, that guy right there. Oh, no, that guy over there. Him right there. Get him.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Everything they're saying on TV is a lie.
That's what's so disturbing when we talk to people there who basically are MSNBC listeners, like the guy that was on the radio the other day, that when you were talking to Alex and you had that guy, he was talking about how he was so happy that the feds were coming in now. They really don't understand what's going on. And I tell you, Joe, I think one of the most dangerous things about this is going to be if they held back information that from the very beginning could have shown that this police officer was acting in self-defense. If they wait and let this situation fester by hiding the evidence, by confiscating cameras from people, by being closed-lipped and shutting down, not talking to anybody, and then at some point they show it to a jury, but they still don't make it public, because that's the mode in which our government operates anymore. They shut everything down. They don't want to talk to the press. They don't want the press to be able to take pictures. They don't want citizens to see anything. They keep all this information secret so that if they really did have justification for this, people aren't going to believe it. They're going to burn that town down if the guy was acting reasonably, if the police officer was acting reasonably and the jury lets him off. That's really going to be the ultimate provocateuring, I think.
Well, the scary thing as well, though, what I noticed last night, I have one of the videos up on the Real Alex Jones YouTube channel, Trendies. There are a lot of young teenage white girls from suburbia, outside of that area, from other states, just out here because they think it's cool to be in a police state. They were walking around laughing on their cell phones, talking, chewing bubble gum, like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Look at all these police are pointing guns at us. Yay. And I'm sitting here like, really? This is what the generation below us is thinking? These are what the kids think it's cool to live in a police state? Are they trying to change it to where, my essence is I have a fight in me like a dog. If you pin me up, I'm going to try to get out of there. I'm not going to sit there and just be tortured and beaten down and told what I can and can't do. I have in me. These kids were just, yay, police state. It blew my mind to see that, and I kept pointing out. I was like, Marcos, look at that. Look at I have not seen kids out here before. They're just running around, having fun, sitting down, taking selfies, taking pictures, having a good old time. Meanwhile, everyone else there is really worried about the safety in their life, whether or not they're even going to make it home.
It's the social media crowd. It's playing with Facebook. It's playing video games. They can't believe that there's any real consequences to life. It's amazing to me to see, and we reported, and there was an article up on Infowars.com, that the police were driving by, literally driving by. And this is being reported by USA Today, mainstream media. It's not just us that's reporting it, that the police inexplicably are driving by looters as this is going on. They're parked just a few feet down as the buildings are being burned and looted and not doing anything. And yet, you look at how proactive they are, how in your face they are when it comes to peaceful demonstrators and to the press. It's absolutely amazing.
They want everything to collapse.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be